We are driving through Nebraska, entering Morrill County. It looks the same as the last 12 counties.
That last county was a little bit of a liar, though.
Why?
This one has its scruples about it. I mean, it's Morrill County.
No, not Morrill County. Morrill, like Morrill. Not Morrill, like I'm morally saying.
Well.
So, in case you haven't seen me, it's because I haven't been on here. I have been on the road for 6 whole days. We left out of West Virginia, and then we went to Ohio, then we went to Indiana, then we went to Illinois, then we went to Wisconsin, then Minnesota, then North Dakota, then Montana, where we were at for 3 nights doing a private event. And then we left yesterday, and we went to Devil's Tower, Wyoming, and we went to Rapid City and Sturgis, South Dakota last night. And then today we went to Mount Rushmore and Crazy Horse and Wind Cave and the Nebraska National Forest. Yes?
Yes.
Yes. And now we're on our way to Imperial, Nebraska before heading towards Manhattan, Kansas, and then cutting back through Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, and then back to West Virginia. So, 15 states in 14 days. I'm counting the ones we're hitting twice because we're still crossing those state lines, even though we've already been there once. You watch this at one call. That's one call. I bet you ain't that. So that I dare not speed on this really long stretch I've been on forever because there would be one cop hiding behind a stalk of corn. Come out, give me a damn ticket in Nebraska. Anyway, so what y'all doing? I don't even know what time it is. Are we still in? We're not in Mountain Time. Are we Mountain Time?
I think we're...
Are we in Central Time?
Central Time.
What time is it in West Virginia? And I don't know what time we're in right now. Just somebody, anybody. What time is it and where do you live? Because I don't know what time it is where we live. No idea. Or where we live. Where we are. We've been on the road a long time. So we went to Wind Cave. Super excited, thinking it's going to be a big old cave like Mammoth Cave. It's not. Big hole in the ground, and you can feel the wind coming out of it. They're like, ta-da! They're like, and then there were signs everywhere that says, please do not approach the buffalo. And I got so excited. You need to take a picture of this because it's the only hills in the whole state of Nebraska. Quickly. We're trying to do like content every time that the scenery changes. And we just found some hills in Nebraska. We should probably tell somebody. The hills of Nebraska. This is it.
Well, that's so far.
I mean, the National Forest had like 12 trees.
Yep.
Maybe. Anyway, so what's going on where you live? Been a sad week for my hometown. My heart's broken for Kim and Mikey, who both passed this week. Grew up with them, loved them both very dearly, and I cannot believe that I can't get home in time for either funeral, and that's just really breaking my heart. But I can't pass the pizza out without thinking of Mikey. He got me my first job. And then I turned it into a songwriter's night where I was no longer a waitress. So there's that. So we've been on the road all week, and we're trying like hell to get back to home because we have to be in Boise, Virginia on Friday for 4th of July. And we're taking our neighbors with us, which is going to be awesome because we love to take Steve and Edna with us on trips. And then we come home for like a day, maybe, is it? And then we head back to Kentucky. We got a couple shows up there. So if you want to keep up with this, get on SarahBethTheory.com. It is 8:12 in Kentucky, which means that we are still on Mountain Time. Okay. We got 2 hours and 29 minutes. You better tell them this. You better ask them and say, listen, are we on Eastern or Central or Mountain Time where you are? Because I don't know what time we're actually going to be.
They're on Mountain.
I don't know where we are right now. I saw the longest coal train I've ever seen in my life. Well, there's probably longer that's come through Kentucky, and that one that just did, absolutely did. It was the CSX that we passed. It was like 2.5 miles long. But I'm like, I've never seen the beginning to end at one time because it goes around the mountain by then. So, I don't know. It could be that long the whole time. But it was super long. It had 1 engine in the front, 2 pushing it from the rear. And Sean said that's what she said. This big old long coal train. I made him take a picture. So, anyway, so far we've got by with fairly to little no incident. I mean, last night we slept in a dirty room where the bathtub was stopped up. The toilet seat wasn't attached, and the whole hotel smelled like curry. Welcome to South Dakota.
It did. The whole hotel.
The whole hotel. And then they had a big indoor pool, and I don't know what kind of cow pond they thought that pool was, but it was
green.
nice. It was green. And I was like, nah, we're not going to get in that. So if you're headed up there for Surges, just, don't stay at the Econo Lodge in Rapid City. Just a heads up. But once you get on into Keystone, which is like 15 minutes, 20 minutes away, there's all kinds of cute stuff. Instead of just like Gatlinburg, and I wanted to stay longer, but we just stayed long enough to see Mount Rushmore and eat some steak tips and get back on the road. Because we went through the Custer State Forest in South Dakota and the Black Hills National Forest. We've been through the Great Plains, the High Plains, the Appalachians, the Cumberland Valley, the Great Lakes region. What else have we been through? The Badlands.
Yes.
The Black Hills.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen a bunch of stuff.
A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff.
Dude, I at least enjoy this trip. I'm trying to very, very hard. And me and Sean have learned that this is the first big, long trip we've ever taken together as a couple, and the very first one we've taken as a married couple. And we kind of know where our breaking points are now, I can say fairly.
I thought Sturgis was going to be bigger.
I really thought it was going to be bigger. We drove through it, and I was like,
I don't know.
Well,
I'm sure some people on here have been to Sturgis before, but we had never been.
We've never been.
One of us. And I don't blink.
We drove through it.
You'll just, really.
It's literally, we just drove through it.
Yeah.
And I was like, y'all make this seem a lot bigger on TV, and it ain't.
No, it's not.
But I'll tell you what is gorgeous, and I want to recommend it because I'm going to go back and stay there sometime. Hint, is Hot Springs, South Dakota.
Yeah, that place.
Gosh, that
really
place is
cool.
pretty, and it's old. It's all carved out of red rock, and it's so pretty. It's right there on the, what river was that? Maybe Shane River, maybe. But anyway, so we crossed the Powder River, we crossed the Yellowstone River. We learned about Sitting Bull. We met part of the Hunkpapa Port Peck Sioux tribe. We got to go to a cowboy wedding in the middle of a horse pasture in the middle of Montana. I mean, I'm telling you, it's been an experience. We stopped by a museum. What else did we do? We went to Mount Rushmore. We hiked 2 miles around Devil's Tower, Wyoming. Thank you very much. At me in a dress.
That was fun.
It was fun. We stopped by the Painted Canyon in North Dakota at the Teddy Roosevelt National Park. And we got to see his cabin. I think that Trump's a very Roosevelt kind of guy. He seems like a very Teddy kind of guy. I mean, like, Teddy Roosevelt did whatever he's big enough to do. He's like, I'm going to ride this buffalo real quick. And they're like, all right. He's like, I'm going to take this bulldozer and we're going to make the Panama Canal. And they're like, all right. And he's like, I'm going to go hunting out in South Dakota, in the Dakota territories, and I'm just going to find this beautiful piece of land and buy it. And they're like, all right. I'm telling you, I think he was very Trumpish for his time. Everybody said to look out for aliens at the
Devil's
Tower, and I said I just saw some illegal ones, not some extraterrestrial ones. But somebody was speaking Russian, and I recognized it. They were like, "That's Somalia, Spasiba," and I was like, "Oh, you're speaking Russian. I know that one." And then I had a really rude guy at a gas station last night in South Dakota told me that he did not speak hillbilly. He's about to speak ass whooping if I hadn't stopped Sean from going in there. I was like, "Don't go in there." There was 2 cops. One in front, one behind. Yeah, it felt like an escort. And I was buying my cigarettes, and he was just rude as shit. And he kept pulling out the wrong cigarettes. I'm like, that ain't them. I was like, green and gold. And he was like, I don't speak hillbilly. I said, but you do work at a convenience store. Like, this is like your job. You have a product that I'd like to buy. You should be familiar with what product that is since you are in such proximity to it for your paycheck. You would think. I am so mad that there was all these big signs. It's like Buffalo crossing the cattle gate. Don't touch the buffalo. Didn't see. Saw a hide in the museum. Saw not one damn buffalo. Not one.
We did see antelope.
I did see
Quite a
antelope,
few,
and I
actually.
stand corrected. Home on the range where the deer and the antelope play. I would like to have a home where the buffalo roam because I did not see one. We did pass the Dances with Wolves Fort Hayes movie set, and they had 99-cent pancakes, but Sean said we couldn't stop because we had to get to Mount Rushmore unless they moved it before we got there. It's only here for 2 more hours, and they're going to pack it up, take it somewhere else. Go. He wouldn't even let let me take my old time portrait there in the downtown Keystone. He's like, we don't need it. We got to get to Nebraska. I'm like, why? What's in Nebraska? Nothing. Corn. That's what you're missing. Bunch of corn. Wheat. No cows. No deers. Couple skunks. Sure as hell no buffalo. Driving like hell, seeing 4 trees. Can't speed lest there be a po-po like there is now behind me. Damn it. Told you as soon as I got above 65. And I got to 68 and he was like, appeared. He's not going to pull me over, but he sure as hell appeared. Oh, God. I think it's even worse. I think it might be a game war.
It's like they don't have anything else to do.
They don't.
But
Look around. There's literally
no
nothing to do. I've seen one Walmart in the last 1,600 miles. I'm telling you. So anyway, we're having us a big time, or at least trying to. We ate at Noodles and Company last night, and I very much enjoyed it. It was the only thing open that late on a Sunday night because they rolled the sidewalks up in Sturgis, and you'd think since that was a biker town, they'd stay open a little later than 9 p.m. I'm just saying. If I was in charge of the state, Christy, no, I'd probably make a big note about that. You only got 5 towns. Make them stay open past door. Jesus. Well, best we can figure, Rapid City is kind of the Barberville of South Dakota. Like, it has the mall, it has the Best Buy, it has 4 restaurants, it has 9 or 10 hotels that you can't get to because their traffic pattern was designed by some Sioux tribal member who wanted to get their revenge on the white men for traveling out there and settling the damn town. I'm telling you, it was backwards which way but please. The same person designed Peachtree, Georgia, and Hamburg Pavilion in Lexington, I swear to God. I met a woman the other night at the wedding who was from, her name was Alaska.
Yeah.
Real pretty thing, redheaded. I said, oh, that's a pretty name. I said, are you from Alaska? She said, no. I said, were you conceived in Alaska? She goes, no. I said, do you live in Alaska? She said, no. I was like, cool name. So where are you from? She's like, Washington. I'm like, that is nowhere near Alaska. You're as close to Alaska right now as you are in Washington. We were real close to Canada, and we couldn't go. We could have just went across the border, got some maple syrup and some poutine, saw a hockey game real quick, punched a Mountie in the mouth, and just come on back. We could have. It was only like 20 miles away. We didn't. Because I don't know how else to read a map. I tried so hard. How many Dollar Generals? Listen, none. They haven't made it this far west, apparently. I only saw like 2 Dollar Generals, and one was in Hot Springs, South Dakota, and one was in Sydney, Montana. That's been the only Dollar Generals I've seen. We've crossed Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Wyoming, Montana, and Nebraska. They ain't big on the DG out here. They ain't big on Southerners out here either. Everybody keeps looking at me like I got a horn growing out of my head when I say yes, ma'am, or thank you. I don't know what to do. I figured it out. North Dakota, I mean, it's pretty and all, but even their road signs are suggestive. They're like, 75, no shoulders, no services on this exit. Get the hell out. Don't stop. Take a picture. Slow down a little bit by Teddy Roosevelt. Get the hell out. 94 goes from one end to the other. No need to stop. No services. 75 miles an hour. They don't like anybody to stop. And I figured it out. There's less people in the state of North Dakota than there is in Nashville, Tennessee. Like, you basically have a whole state full of homeschoolers. Like, they've just not been socialized, you know? They're not used to seeing nobody. It's like when a deer walks into town and you're like, don't scare it, you know? Like, but, oh, look, there's a different kind of hill.
In half a mile, keep left to continue on US 385 South.
Ditto. Understood in probably want to slow back down there because now it's 65 instead of 70. You know, lest I veer off the straight stretch for the last
Keep left to
100,000.
continue on US 385 South.
So anyway, it's been a big time. I think it's been a big time. Have you had a big time?
Continue for 92 miles.
Oh my God. Did she just say 92 miles? Oh, get a picture of that. Sorry, this is what we do. So, oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, guys, if you can see out the window, it's going to get real pretty here in a minute. Oh, that's pretty. Well, I don't mind this at all. Nebraska. Listen, the whole reason we're headed to, is it Platte? North Platte.
North Platte.
North Platte. Okay, I have to tell this story because it's really funny. When I was in high school, my mother had a subscription to Southern Living, and if you got in the back of Southern Living, there was like 8 or 10 pages of classifieds for the tourism branches of every state that would have Southern Living in it. Well, there was this thing for Nebraska. It was like, come see North Platte, Nebraska. And I was like, why? Like, why would you spend money on Southern Living just to put that? Anyway, so I called him in high school because there was no internet. And I was like, I would like to receive some information about your fair town. And every single year for like 25 years now, they have sent me something about North Platte. And I'm thinking, you know what? You spend a fortune in postage. Least I can do is stop by and say hi or something. Have a cup of coffee. But, oh, get a picture of that farmland. Quickly. No, are you serious? I can't do it. My phone's being used. Look at that. A silo and everything. This looks like we're on the set of Twister. Sean's taking pictures for me. I can't do it. I saw an eagle, you guys. Oh, let's talk about all the animals that I've seen. Okay, let's see. I saw an elk. It was dead, but I saw it. Elk. No buffalo. We saw deer. We saw cows. We saw antelopes. Or which are actually pronghorns. We saw prairie dogs. Oh, do you remember the prairie dog town? Oh my gosh, they're so cute, and they just chirp, and they're so stinking funny, and I want to take one home, but I can't, because you can't have them in Kentucky or West Virginia, either one, because it's illegal, and they're so adorable. And then I saw chipmunks today at Mount Rushmore, and I heard a rattlesnake in Montana, but I did not see it. We saw horses. What else did we see? There's like a hawk, an eagle. We saw an eagle.
Yeah.
Like
Several hawks.
Several hawks. Coyote. I was trying to think what else I saw. Oh, Western Meadowlark. It's a state bird in North Dakota. Saw a bunch of it. Have not seen one dead burned buffalo. Not one. What's that one big old hill over there? You see it way up far in the distance? Nebraska ain't got no mountains. Where are we? So anyway, we are weaving our way back to West Virginia because we have a show next Friday. Well, this Friday. Not next Friday, this Friday. In like 4 days. At Pale Fire Brewing. So keep up with all of the latest developments on SarahBethTerry.com. Sarah Smith and H is the Lord and the Bible Lieutenant. So make sure you check that out. We've only got like a handful of souvenirs. I can't buy stickers anymore because they keep falling off my guitar case. I thought, well, I'll just get magnets because I'm at that age where I don't want to dust around a lot of junk. So I got a couple magnets, sent a couple postcards. We got a t-shirt. Yours is, Sean's got on the one that says Terry, Montana. We stopped in Terry, Montana. I was like, I have to stop here. Have not seen any lightning bugs. But the wind is something fierce and you can't tell that it's coming at you because there ain't no trees. So all of a sudden you're just standing there and you're like, whoa. Like the other night I about blew away with my big hat on. But I will say there's a lot to be said about that new hot glue that I found at the Hobby Lobby because I only lost one feather out of that whole hat. And that's because it wasn't actually glued in. It was just kind of shoved in the band. So bravo to Sarah Beth for finding glue sticks that actually work. I got to put a new pin on it, which would be fun. I bought a pin at an antique store, and I don't even know where the hell we were in Montana. And it's so cute. It's old-timey. See? I got it at an old antique store in a really old hotel. And it was so hot at the antique store, I think she would have just taken whatever I gave her. We're on this road for another 87 miles. And that means it will be that much closer. I think Sean's fixing to take a nap. He doesn't like to be part of the lives when I'm just chit-chatting to myself on Facebook Live. But we are headed across Nebraska and got a couple more stops on our way home. And we just have had the best luck with traveling and hedge of protection around us, so I appreciate that. It's been a very pleasant trip. And apparently the bed and breakfast that we're staying at tonight has the most epic breakfast in all of Imperial, Nebraska. So I'm super excited about that because you know how I love to eat. Tell you what though, North Dakota and Montana, neither one they like smokers. No. Like $15 a damn pack. I was like, that's enough to make me ease up. Finally. That's the only green I've seen in a bit. There's none on this side. You're missing. There's crop on this side. I don't know what that big old mountain is, but I'm guessing we're fixing to find out because we're fixing to drive right by. But anyway, in the meantime, I just want to say hello to you guys. We are going to be playing music and traveling for the next foreseeable future, so keep up with us on the website, order something and put some gas in the tank, or, you know, the spirit maybe should throw something in the offer plate. But we're on our way, and we'll see you guys real soon. As always, friends, remember, I'm Sarah Beth Terry, and you're not.